3, 2, 1. We're on. Welcome, outdoor enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Today, we're embarking on quite an adventurous journey as we unravel the mysteries of nature's most intriguing creatures. Our mission, to equip you with the top 3 tips to survive wild animal encounters. Yes, you heard it right. We're venturing into the territories of snakes, bears, and bees. From slithering serpents that might tail you to a bear that you might accidentally stumble upon during a hike, or a swarm of bees that doesn't appreciate your presence near their hive. We'll be navigating these situations and more, providing you with life-saving information that could come in handy in the most unexpected circumstances. So buckle up, because this journey is going to be wild, thrilling, and full of practical wisdom. Let's dive into the world of survival, shall we? Kicking off our countdown at number 3, we have the slithery and often misunderstood snakes. Now, encountering a snake in the wilderness can be a bit unnerving, but fear not. With the right knowledge and approach, you can navigate your way out of this situation safely. When you find yourself face to face with a snake, the first thing you should do is stomp your feet. This might seem counterintuitive, but it's all about the vibrations. Snakes are very sensitive to vibrations in the ground. By stomping your feet, you can create a sort of vibration confusion, making the snake unsure about your location and giving you the chance to make your exit. But what if, despite your best efforts, you end up with a snake bite? Well, contrary to popular belief, you should never try to suck the venom out of a snake bite. This could potentially introduce bacteria into the wound and make matters worse. Instead, you should wash the bite thoroughly with running water as soon as possible. This can help to remove some of the venom and clean the wound to prevent infection. Once you have washed the wound, it's time to apply a tourniquet. This can help slow the spread of venom through your body. The tourniquet should be placed between the bite and your heart, but remember not to tie it too tight. You don't want to cut off blood flow completely. After the tourniquet is in place, it's crucial to seek medical attention immediately. Make sure to call emergency medical services right away and stay as calm as possible while you wait for help to arrive. Panic can increase your heart rate and speed up the spread of venom in your body, so try to stay calm and breathe deeply. Remember, snakes are more scared of you than you are of them. They usually only bite in self-defense, so the key is to give them plenty of space and avoid making them feel threatened. And if you do get bitten, remain calm and follow these steps to increase your chances of a full recovery. Moving on to number 2, we're tackling the furry and formidable bears. Picture this: you're rambling through the wilderness, and then, out of the corner of your eye, you spot a bear. It's a heart-stopping sight, to be sure. But fear not, with the right knowledge, you can navigate this encounter safely. First things first, whatever you do, do not run. This might seem counterintuitive, but let's remember, bears can sprint up to 30 miles per hour. That's faster than Usain Bolt, folks. So, running is not an option. Instead, try to appear non-threatening. Stand your ground but avoid direct eye contact, which bears can interpret as a challenge. Now, if the bear continues to approach, it's time to use your voice. Speak firmly and calmly, letting the bear know you're human and not a threat. If you're lucky, this might be enough for the bear to lose interest and move along. But what if the bear doesn't back down? Well, this is where playing dead comes into play. Yes, you heard it right. Drop to the ground, protect your neck and head with your hands, and curl up into a ball. By doing this, you're showing the bear you're not a threat, and hopefully it will lose interest. Remember, bear attacks are rare, and most bears prefer to avoid humans. However, if you find yourself in this unlikely situation, these tips might just save your life. So stand your ground, use your voice, and if need be, play dead. Also, it's always a good idea to carry bear spray when exploring bear country. This non-lethal deterrent can give you the crucial seconds you need to escape a close encounter safely. But remember, bear spray is a last resort, not a replacement for good bear safety practices. Bears may be intimidating, but with these tips, you're better prepared to handle an encounter. So go ahead, venture into the wild. Just remember to respect these magnificent creatures and their habitats. After all, we're guests in their home, not the other way around. Before we reveal our number 1 survival tip, let's give a shout out to some honorable mentions. Gorillas and bulls. Gorillas, despite their intimidating size, are generally peaceful creatures. But if you happen to encounter one in the wild, it's crucial to know how to react. Gorillas communicate largely through body language, and misinterpretation of these signals can lead to dangerous situations. If a gorilla charges at you, the key is not to panic. Stand your ground, avoid direct eye contact, and make yourself appear smaller by crouching down. This submissive posture signals to the gorilla that you are not a threat. It's also important not to smile or show your teeth, as gorillas interpret this as a sign of aggression. Now, let's talk about bulls. Bulls are often perceived as aggressive and unpredictable, and while they can certainly be dangerous, understanding their behavior can help you survive an encounter. If you find yourself in a field with a bull, the best course of action is to move away slowly and calmly, without turning your back on the animal. Do not run. This could trigger a chase response. If the bull starts to charge, use a piece of clothing or a hat to distract it while you make your escape. And remember, climbing a tree or a high fence can put you out of a bull's reach. These encounters may sound a bit far-fetched, and you might think that you'll never come face-to-face with a gorilla or a bull. But it's always better to be prepared. After all, you never know when you might find yourself in an unexpected situation in the great outdoors. Gorillas and bulls may not be as common, but knowing what to do can make all the difference. Finally, buzzing into our number one spot, we have the small but mighty bees. While they may not seem as menacing as snakes or bears, a bee's sting can pack a punch, and the danger amplifies when there's a whole swarm of them. But fret not, we're here to guide you on how to navigate these buzzing encounters. Firstly, it's important to understand that bees are not out to get you. They're merely protective of their hive and will only sting if they feel threatened. So, if you stumble upon a bee or a few, resist the urge to swat or make sudden movements. Instead, move away slowly and calmly. Now, if you find that a bee or a few are following you, it's time to seek shelter. Not just any shelter, but a dark place. You see, bees rely heavily on their vision to navigate, and a lack of proper lighting can throw them off your track. So head for a shaded area or indoors if possible. If you're in a situation where a dark place isn't immediately available, remember to stay calm. Panicking and running will only provoke them further. Instead, cover your face and neck, the most vulnerable parts of your body, and continue to move away slowly. In the unfortunate event that you get stung, it's crucial to remove the stinger as quickly as possible. Use a credit card or something similar to scrape it off, but avoid using tweezers, as they can squeeze more venom into the skin. Once the stinger is out, wash the area with soap and water and apply a cold compress to reduce swelling. Who knew something so small could cause such a buzz? But with these tips, you're now equipped to handle a bee encounter. Remember, the key is to stay calm and move slowly. After all, bees are more interested in flowers than they are in you. We've had quite the adventure, haven't we? Our journey started with serpents, learning the importance of stomping our feet to confuse a following snake. We learned not to suck the poison out if bitten, but to wash the wound, apply a tourniquet, and call for emergency medical services. We then moved on to the formidable bears. We discovered that running isn't the answer. Instead, falling to the ground, curling into a ball, and playing dead is the best course of action. We also touched on some honorable mentions: gorillas and bulls, each with their unique survival strategies. And finally, we tackled the buzzing world of bees. We learned that darkness is our ally when escaping their pursuit, as they rely heavily on proper lighting to stay on our track. So there you have it, the top 3 tips on surviving wild animal encounters. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and keep exploring.